So me, Mugga, Goon, and Trap, we in a box. Mugga and Goon is cellies. Me and Trap is cellies. So me and Trap, we signed up to go to law library. So they gotta handcuff us through the slot and they escort us to a cage. They got a computer in there and they got a law book that you could read and find whatever you're trying to find. So as we walk into the law library, 7:30, and a nigga named Showtime that I had clapped is in the cell together. So as we walk in here, I could hear Showtime telling 7:30, yo, there go the bald head nigga that clapped me. So 7:30 can't see me. So he like, yo, who you talking about? He like, yo, the bald head nigga right there. So mind you, police is walking with me and Trap. So I'm telling nigga, stop 6ix9ing. So Showtime like, yo, you right. So 7:30 get on the gate and he start talking crazy. He telling me he gonna kill me when he get into town. He telling me he got my address. He saying mad stupid shit, but he lying about everything. He just talking because we in a box. He can't get to me, I can't get to him. So after 7:30 tried to pull a stunt, we had went to the box. 7:30 had told police that Goon ain't had nothing to do with it. So he was just trying to blame it on me. But we wound up hollering at the nigga. We told the nigga we was gonna pay him to write a kite that's saying that he was high and he effed out. We was gonna pay him to say that he smoked some K2 and that he was bugging and he just grabbed Goon by mistake. So he wound up writing a kite that SIS saying he was under the influence when he did that. So they let me and Goon out the coop. When I first got to Brook, it was COVID, so it was no contact visit. So it was no transportation coming to the jail, and a lot of people wasn't going down, and there was no contact. The only way you was going on a visit if your people was driving 5 hours from the city. Brook was in upstate New York, 5 hours from the town. So the only way you come in on a visit is if your peoples is driving up there to see you. It was a nigga from Harlem there. His girl used to drive to the jail. So Showtime girl used to catch a ride with her. So Showtime was going on a visit during COVID, but it's no contact visit. But Showtime was still finding a way to get the bag. He was bringing the bag back with no contact visit. I don't know how he was doing it. I don't know what he was doing, but he's coming off the dance floor with the bag. So when he come back, that was Cash man from the town. Him and Cash knew each other before we got to Brook. So Cash had introduced me to him. So when he came off the visit with the bag, me and Cash, we buy everything with Deuce. We traded the Deuce and we got the weed. So I'm telling Cash, I'm like, yo, Cash, if he just gave us everything, that means he not sending his girl no money. So I'm like, yo, holla at him. Tell him we'll give his girl $1,000 if she brings some more weed up for us. So Cash go holla at him. He tell Cash that he spoke to his girl and that she won $1,300. So me and Cash, we go half-half. We go 650, 650. So I had my peoples put mad weed together and I had them drop it off to his peoples. His peoples were staying in the Bronx and Mount Haven projects. So me and Cash, we both send a 650 each and I drop off like 7 ounces. He ain't had to bring it back all at one time, but he had to bring all his back whenever he could for this 1,300. So once his girl had everything, she was supposed to come up 2 weeks from when she had got everything. So the 2 weeks go by. He don't go on a visit. Mind you, the dude that go on a visit with him and his girl be driving up, he went on a visit, but Showtime don't go down. So we asked him what happened. He say his girl told him that she ain't have a ride. But mind you, the ride she always catch, she came up. So he like, yo, she gonna come up next week. She had a car, but she ain't like driving by herself. But he like, yo, she gonna come up next week. So the next week had came, she wound up coming up by herself, but she ain't bring no drugs. So when he come back off the visit, he like, yo, she said she ain't want to bring it because somebody told her I'm in here smoking K2. So she told me she ain't bringing nothing until I stop smoking. So I tell him to send my money back. Now, I know in the back of my mind, this nigga don't got the money because he a K2 head. The nigga owe mad niggas. And when he gave us the cash app to send it, it wasn't even to his peoples. We wound up sending it to people that he owe already. So we know he ain't got the money that we sent him and he ain't got no money himself. So Showtime is 8. He from the Bronx. Showtime was locked up for killing DJ Khaled, baby mother, brother. He tried to buy some weed and Showtime killed him by mistake. Showtime was 8 and he was on blood time. So I go holler at B.I. So I'm like, yo, B.I., we sent Showtime some bread and the nigga ain't got it. He's supposed to bust a move and he can't bust a move no more. So B.I. like, yo, why you ain't tell me before you sent them the money? So B.I. tell me he gonna holler at him. So he wound up seeing Showtime in the mess hall. I wasn't down there. So when he come back, he tell me, he like, yo, we don't pay debts and he not blood no more. I just parked him. So I'm like, all right. So he like, yo, you got to take care of it. So mind you, I met Showtime through Cash. This was Cash Man. So I'm telling Cash, that nigga ain't got the bread to pay us back. So we gonna get a nigga like 2 more visits to get it. And if he don't, he out of here. So we gave this nigga a total 8 weeks. I had this nigga hold my money and my drugs for 2 months. It was a Sunday. I was on a visit. While you on a visit, they running lunch. So while they was in lunch, Showtime had pressed Cash. I don't know what happened, but when I came back, niggas told me that Showtime was talking crazy to Cash in the mess hall. Mind you, this nigga owe us $1,300, but he talking to Cash like Cash owe him the money. So niggas tell me when I come off the visit. So at dinner, I see Showtime. Me, Cash, and Drizzy is walking with him. So I'm asking Show why he was talking crazy. But he like, nigga, I'm a killer. I do this, I do that. So I'm like, niggas don't give a fuck about none of that. Everybody in jail a killer. This shit the army. You could be all you could be when you in here. So me, Cash, and Drizzy is walking straight. Showtime got to walk the other way to go to his unit. So as we walk into the unit, I'm telling Cash, like, yo, I don't like how that nigga was talking. We getting that nigga out of here tomorrow. Fuck waiting. He don't got the money, and fuck the drugs. So I go back. I'm in a 4-man with Mugga, Goon, and Rob. So I came from the state. In the New York state, niggas is cutting niggas. In the feds, niggas is getting stabbed. No other state cut niggas, only New York. So when niggas is getting cut in the feds, the niggas from other state is looking at us like we crazy because these niggas in here stabbing niggas with bone crushers. So later on in the night, we locked in the cell, me, Mugga, Goon, and Rob. So I'm pitting mad shaving razors together. I'm popping them open and I'm taping 7 razors together. So Mugga like, yo, what you doing? I'm like, nah, I'm about to clap this nigga's show. So he like, nigga, you wildin'? How you gonna do it? So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get over there. I'm gonna put the nigga to sleep. I'm gonna clap him. So Mugga and Goon, they used to be looking at me crazy because I used to be doing some crazy shit in Brook. I used to be going to other niggas' units, getting drugs. Y'all used to be all over that shit just wilding. So they like, yo, just make sure you get away and be safe. So mind you, I told Cash we was going to get this nigga the next day. So 6 in the morning, when they open our doors, I go upstairs to get Cash. This nigga in the bed, like he ain't trying to go over there. So I wake the nigga up. I'm like, yo, come on, we going to Niagara. So mind you, Showtime was in Niagara with my son Ant Flock, Keys, and a YG homie Juice. They all in a unit with him. So me and Cash go over there like 6 something in the morning. So mind you, it's cameras all over the walkway and it's cameras in the unit. So I covered up my face and I got a skelly on. Mind you, they don't say nothing about having a mask on or covering your face because there's COVID going on. So me and Cash, we go to Showtime cell. We sitting in his cell. So after breakfast, it's a move. So I'm waiting for like 5 minutes before the move, before I do something, so I don't get stuck in the crib, or I cut him and I'm just stuck in there and he try to pull a stunt. So while me and Cash is in his cell, Showtime is on point. Like, he just watching me. Everywhere I move, he watching me. Mind you, we in his cell. The cell is small. Ain't much many places you could go. But everywhere I go, he just watching me. So mind you, I had some K2. This shit is straight pain. So I told a nigga Show I had just got it. And I'm like, yo, I want you to sample it to let me know how it is. So the nigga hit the piece. The nigga sit down. His table and his locker. And he sitting like he riding on a motorcycle. He got his arms extended like he holding the handlebars to the motorcycle. And he gassing it up like he really on a bike. So me and Cash, we looking at the nigga. But I ain't trying to do nothing right now because I done missed the move. So we stuck in the nigga's cell until census clear. They had called AM census. That's when they count people after a move. So we got to wait till this clear for another move. So we stuck in the cell with this nigga and he ain't here epping. So me and Cash, we was in this nigga's cell for like an hour now, mind you. Flock, Juice, and Keys, nobody know we in a unit. Because we came in a unit, we went straight to his cell, and we been in his cell the whole time. When they did census count, all he did was say he was in there by himself. Police kept it moving. He put the block up and act like he was taking a shit. So me and Cash was in there doing the count. The census count had cleared. Now they gonna call a move at any minute. Now Showtime, he felt a little comfortable because the high wore down, niggas ain't do nothing. We was in there laughing and joking with the nigga. So now they call a move. So I'm telling Cash, I'm like, yo, he not going to let me get behind him. So you put him to sleep and I'm going to still boom him. But Cash is scared. He telling me that he too short and he not going to be able to put him to sleep because he don't know how to do it. So at this point, I already know Cash is pussy and he ain't trying to get active. So I wound up getting behind the nigga because we walking out. He wound up giving Cash a pound and a hug. So while he hugging Cash, no diddy, I fiend him out. Cash started punching a nigga in the face and in the stomach, but he went right to sleep. So I laid him down. Mind you, I got shaving razors, 7 of them taped together. I cut the nigga from the top of his head all the way down his face. So when I cut him, the whole shit turned white. Shit opened up like a pussy, and it started bleeding. So once I seen he was bleeding, me and Cash spent out because they called the move, and we ain't trying to miss this move. So we make it out the house. We on a walkway. Coming from that crib is like a hill going down the hill, and we got to go to our crib. So once we get down the hill, we see mad COs running our way. They trying to tell us to go back up to the unit because they think we from that unit. But I'm telling them, we don't live in that unit. We got to go back to our unit. So they tell us to keep it. So on my way back to the unit, I see Old Black and TA. They was in a barber shop. But I'm speed walking because I don't know where the COs is going. They wound up responding to a different alarm. Somebody was epping in a different crib. So they was running to that crib. They wasn't even going up there for Showtime. So we get back in the unit. I hop in the shower. I go in my cell. So I'm in there laying down. Mad niggas keep coming in my room. Like, yo, you just clap show? You just clap show? So I'm like, yo, who told y'all this? Cash running around the unit telling everybody I just clapped this nigga like he the one that put the work in. So mind you, that was early in the morning. Now it's the afternoon. They did lunch. When they do lunch, Ant Flock, Keys, and Juice, they come to my crib. Keys like, yo, fuck out of here, man. I thought you shot the shit out that nigga. That shit was a little scratch. So mind you, when I cut him, the nigga face had split open and it started bleeding. No homo. You could see the white meat and all that. But I cut him with a bubble razor. So after he cleaned it all up, it was just a line going down his face. It wasn't nothing crazy where he had to get stitches at. Somebody in his crib had patched him up and he tried to stay in the crib. But mind you, when he came to the jail, he was on blood time. I had parked him, so he was trying to get on New York time. Now, any jail you come to, whatever time you come on, that's the time you leave. So say I come, I'm on New York time, I can't turn blood and be on blood time. I could turn blood in that jail, but I can't be on blood time until I get to the next jail. So if you come here on blood time or you come here on Muslim time and you from New York, but you don't agree with their rules and you don't want to be on their time, you can't get on New York time later on. The first day you get to that jail, whatever time you on, that's the time you're going to be leaving on. So Showtime trying to stay in a unit, but nobody want him in a cell with them. He can't go in the New York cell and he can't go in the blood cell. So when I had cut him, he was in a cell with a nigga from CT. The nigga from CT bought the cell. So he didn't want Showtime in his cell because Showtime not from CT. So the next day after I had cut him, I went back over there to the unit to try to holler at the nigga. So the nigga ain't want to come out his cell. So I'm like, yo, Showtime, come downstairs to Ant Flock in them cell because I don't want to come to your cell. So he wound up coming downstairs to Ant Flock and Juice cell. So when we was in the cell, now I see this shit. He got a line going down his face. It's a scratch. It wasn't nothing crazy like I had told y'all. But now I'm up close in person and I could see this shit. So when I called him down there, I was calling him to the cell to ask him if he want to stay in the jail. He still got to go and get them drugs that he got for niggas. So he like, yo, you gonna cut me and you still trying to extort me? I'm like, nigga, I ain't extorting you. I paid you for what you was supposed to do and you ain't take care of your end of the bargain. So Showtime like, yo, I ain't gonna be living here and I'm gonna be setting it out and niggas is extorting me. So Showtime wound up going up and wound up going to another jail. A different day, a different story. I was in the gym. Patron come to me, he had some weed. So I asked him where he got the weed from. He like, yo, I got it from one of the New York homies. Mind you, Patron is from the Bronx, but he on blood time. That's the Mac. So I'm like, yo, where the New York homie at? He like, yo, he don't be coming out. He just got here. So I tell Patron, I'm going to go to your unit and introduce me to the nigga. So I go to the nigga unit. Patron introduced me to the nigga. The nigga tell me he ain't got no more weed, that he gave everything out that he had to give out, and he only got a little bit to smoke. So I'm like, all right, I jacked it. I wound up leaving. So it was a nigga in my unit named Ray. He from Cleveland. This nigga hotter than fish grease. He told on mad niggas in Cleveland, Ohio. So before we found this out, me and Trap, we used to fuck with Ray on some smoking shit. Me, Trap, and Ray used to get high every day. But we didn't know he was hot at this time. So Ray was buying bud from the New York nigga, but I ain't know. Ray wound up getting the weed. So the next day, he tell me he got it from one of the New York homies in Genesee. So I go to Genesee, I ask Patron who got weed over there. So he like, it was the same nigga from last week. So I pull a nigga in the cell, it's me, him, and Patron. Patron is at the door, son is sitting at the bed, No homo. I'm in the middle of them. So I'm asking son, do he got weed? He like, yeah, but I only got a little bit. I'm like, yo, you told me that last week, and my nigga in the unit just bought mad weed from you. I'm like, yo, I got money. I don't want no handout. I'm trying to buy some weed. Mind you, I got mad flats in my pocket. I'm trying to spend with the nigga. Flats is stamps. That's the money in jail. So he told me he only got a little bit. So I'm like, yo, let me see how much you got. So he tell me, is a nigga in the crib from CT that's holding his weed. Ain't nobody in jail gonna put the whole sack in another nigga hand that's not your man, that's not from another state. If I give somebody the bag, there's gonna be a nigga from my town, from New York, or somebody I fuck with. I'm not about to put my drugs in nobody else's hand. So I tell Patron to call a nigga from CT. Patron go get the nigga from CT. He come in the cell. I ask him, is he holding drugs for Triny? The nigga from New York, his name was Triny. He from Queens. So son like, nah, I just bought something from him, and he showed me what he bought from Triny. So son leave out the cell. So I'm asking Triny, I'm like, yo, you ain't got your paperwork, you lying to niggas, and you in a unit making sales. I'm like, yo, I got money. I'm trying to spend with you. So he like, yo, I'm telling you, I ain't got nothing. So he say, I'm just looking at him. Patron told me he got it. So Patron is standing behind me. So I turn around and act like I'm looking at Patron. I slapped the shit out of Triny. I slapped the nigga so hard, his first reaction, he grabbed his face and tried to run. When he run, the nigga run right into my arm. So I start feeding the nigga out and I'm choking him. The nigga starts screaming mad loud. He like, CO, CO. So the CO is in a police office. Mind you, his cell is like 3 cells from the CO office. So everybody in the day room is looking towards the cell. So Patron like, yo, the police is up. So I let the nigga go. So he start walking out the cell acting tough. He like, yeah, nigga, you better had. So me and Patron looking, but I spins out. I go to Goon and Butter Jones' cell. I'm chilling in there because the police came out his office. So I'm in Genesee and Ty Goon and Butter Jones unit. They had the unit for the New York car over there. So I'm telling them, son was just calling for the police. That nigga gotta go. That's telling. While I was choking him out, he was calling for the police. So say if the police would have came to the cell, he would have told on me or we would have both got caught. But either way, he did some hot shit. So Butter Jones and Goon like, yo, we gonna run him up. So I tell Butter Jones, before you run him up, make sure you get that weed. Do not run that nigga up without getting the weed, because I just did mad shit, so I got to get that weed. So Butter Jones go holler at the nigga. Mind you, Butter Jones my man, but he go holler at the nigga, and he trying to see what son trying to do. He checking the nigga temperature. So he asked the nigga what happened. He like, yo, the homie just slapped me for no reason. So Butter Jones like, yo, what you want to do? Because that nigga not even in our unit. So Butter Jones like, yo, you want a knife? Do you want to go stab the nigga? He like, nah, I don't want no knife. So Butter Jones trying to tell him that he on his side. He like, yo, that nigga LO not even in our unit. He like, yo, we all together. If you want to crush him, we gonna crush him. Triny ain't want to do nothing, and Butter Jones was faking him out. If he would have agreed to anything, he would have been the one getting crushed. So they call a move. I spin out the unit. I see Butter Jones later on in the night. He like, yo, we ran something up, but I ain't get the weed. So I'm like, yo, my nigga, we did all that shit. I slapped this nigga, I choked this nigga out, and you ain't get nothing? So when I see Patron in the gym, he like, yo, the whole time you was feeding him out, that nigga had the weed in his sock. So I tell Patron, I'm like, yo, why you ain't tell me that when we was in the cell? So he like, nigga, I was so surprised that you slapped the nigga. I wasn't even thinking. But the whole time I was in the cell, the nigga had all the weed in his sock, and I ain't even get the shit. He wound up getting ran up, going to another jail too.